There's a scene in the movie where Shoop, in a way to motivate his class to learn how to speak and read and write English, says, well, you could write these complaint letters to different companies and get free stuff. I do too. And he motivated Chainsaw to write a letter to the company that he had purchased some sunglasses
Cool
from.
dude sunglasses.
And so the company replies to his letter and gives him a box of free sunglasses a little bit later in the movie. And he kind of arbitrarily hands out all these sunglasses. Well, Max, here's the exciting fact for you. There's a little movie called Mannequin.
Shut up, what?
And two of the pairs of the sunglasses, the angular striped and the red and white, are also worn by Hollywood in Mannequin 1987.
That makes my week.
So I want you to go find the clips, match them up, and we got ourselves a nice little TikTok video. Hollywood.
God.
Welcome to Buzzn The Tower, a podcast dedicated to the movies of the 1980s. Prepare to be stuffed in our DeLorean and taken on a trip through the best decade of film ever.
Hey, Mo, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. So if you love Caddyshack, The Goonies, Aliens, Weird Science, Spies Like Us, The Great Outdoors, Empire Strikes Back, The Great Muppet Caper, Pretty in Pink, Predator, Rocky IV, Roadhouse, Say Anything, Real Genius, Short Circuit, Some Kind of Wonderful, Beverly Hills Cop, Akira, Tango and Cash, The Breakfast Club, and They Live, just to name a few, then sit back, relax, and get ready to be entertained. Because we came here to chew bubblegum and podcast about 80s movies, and we're all out of bubblegum. If you haven't already, subscribe to Buzzn The Tower on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast platform is. And while you're there, leave a review and a 5-star rating. It's a moral imperative! You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, and all social media platforms by searching the tag at Buzzn The Tower. That's BUZZN The Tower. Also, check out our website, buzzinthetower.com, and grab some officially licensed gear. It's so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking some up. Now, if you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. Head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/BuzzinTheTower. With memberships as low as $3 a month, you can have access to tons of extra content, and a portion of all proceeds go directly to Save Ferris. Doc O'Shea, darling Doc O'Shea. Buzzn The Tower is brought to you by Sonic Loans. You can find them at sonicloans.com. If you need a mortgage, you know where to go, Max. You go to Sonic Loans.
Summer school. You go to summer school.
Hopefully, you don't have to go to summer school because you're smart. But in the interim, if you're looking for a house or if you're looking to refinance your mortgage.
Like Shoop's house.
Yeah, you got to go. Beachfront property is incredibly expensive. You got to go to Sonic Loans. Charlie and his team is going to get you into the best mortgage possible. It's a family-ran business. They're taking care of you. They're making sure you don't get gouged on any numbers. And if you're Shoop and you're going to jail in a pair of jean shorts and roller skates, who knows what your financial situation looks like.
Come out with more than your ear pierced.
That's terrible. Your heart, your soul pierced. Reach out to Sonic Loans today. Tell them that Buzzn The Tower sent you. Get ready to truly enjoy the loan experience. With today's tumultuous market, there's no one better. They will take care of you the best way they can.
NMLS number 1955855. Not available in all states. Not a commitment to lend. Additional requirements apply. Visit sonicloans.com or call 313-488-4888 for more information.
Buzzn The Tower is brought to you by Bolton Legal Group. You can find them at boltonlegalgroup.com. For a free consultation, call 248-595-0001. Max, legal support when you're getting arrested.
Or hit on by 16-year-olds.
Well, or stripping under the age of 18. I feel like there's a lot of different things that happen in this movie that Bolton Legal Group could have helped.
Or, I mean, if you get your zipper stuck for 6 weeks, I mean, that's a lawsuit.
Or if you have tenure held against you as some bargaining chip, I mean, where's the union on this?
Yeah.
Bolton Legal Group is going to make sure that whether it's bird law, summer law, roller skating law, public intoxication
Wonder Dog law,
Wonder Mutt.
Yeah.
Reach out to Ian and his team of expert lawyers today. They're going to take care of you. They are vicious, hungry. If you need bird law, don't look any further than attaching yourself to them. Bolton Legal Group is the right team to help you with your problem. Get in front of the issue, have the best lawyers in your corner. Reach out today, tell them that Buzzn The Tower sent you, and get ready to enjoy the legal experience. Today's episode, Summer School. If John Hughes and Savage Steve Holland had a baby, and named that baby Carl Reiner. And then that baby directed a movie. And that movie was about a high school gym teacher who had big plans for the summer, but got forced to cancel them and had to teach an English class full of misfit goof-offs, but fortunately found out his unconventional brand of teaching, fun field trips, and overall partying connected with the kids and even inspired them to succeed. Well, Max, then you'd have summer school. And that's exactly what we're going to chat about today on Buzzn The Tower. I'm Mo Shapiro, and joining me as always, the Dave Frazier to my Chainsaw Gremp, Max Sanders. And with that, excellent movie, Max. I give it 1 thumb up.
Yeah! Tension breaker.
Break that tension breaker.
Had to be done.
Had to be done.
Yeah.
Had to be done.
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Vietnam will change you, man.
You're a black man from 1968.
You're a black veteran from... Yeah, Vietnam will change you.
You know, this movie just shows how easy to please we are. Like,
this is a
delightful.
This is a great example of a movie where I have nothing serious to talk about.
No.
Except one scene. And don't guess what it is. We'll get to it.
There's a lot to talk about.
We can talk about
camaraderie and friendship and, pulling together and successful growth.
Look at you, Max.
Yeah.
Mr. Positive.
Yeah. Inch at a time.
Max, I gotta fix this mic. It's too low. It's too high. I'm gonna get like scoliosis.
Well, you are like kind of gremlin and over. I'm down 9 pounds since I've been on this weight loss app.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
Noom?
So, no, I did lose it. And so all you gotta do is calorie deficit, fast for 16 hours, 10,000 steps a day, and drink a ton of water. It's pretty easy.
That's great, man.
I know. There's nothing funny about it, but yeah.
No, I don't know why you brought it up, but thanks for sharing with everybody. And for anybody else interested in Max's weight loss program,
and proud.
Reach out to him.
Yeah, I'll coach you through.
If you have never listened to our show before, you're in for a treat because this is one of those movies where I'm sure all of a sudden everybody's going to come out of
Kirstie
the
Alley
woodworks.
Fantasy fiction.
Man, oh, man.
And she walked in and tipped her hat.
Just like
Emilio.
So. If this is your first time to the show, please make sure you have subscribed, liked, followed, left us a 5-star.
Hit those buttons.
Do it. Do it. Do it now. If you're looking for more content, go to @Buzzn The Tower, BUZZN The Tower on any social media platform. Patreon.com/Buzzn The Tower. That's where you can drop the real money and show us you love us.
3 shekels a month.
Website, buzznthettower.com. Pick up some summer t-shirts. We got some nice summer t-shirts.
Nice, breathable.
Yeah, very breathable. And last and not that's all, folks. Last and not least, Max, the show itself. Welcome to the show. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm really good.
Right.
I can't believe you picked this. I've been trying to get this on for a while. It's like, it's summer, it's hot out.
Yeah.
What made you finally cave?
It's summer and it's hot out.
Oh,
I was sitting there,
you're
I'm
lazy.
like, let's do
You're
summer
like,
school. I forgot how impactful this movie was into my actual youth.
Really?
Yeah. So I did mention in the intro what this movie is about, but it is the classic tale of a teacher finding himself, students finding a reason to succeed, all of them rallying against society and a vice principal who's out to get them.
Yeah. Can I
and
read
love
can,
and
can
love.
Can I read the synopsis?
Can you?
Let's see.
I hope you can.
I'm going to do it in like the announcer voice.
I would really hope because I'll make a deal. I will let you.
I'm not going to be able to do
I'm going
it.
to let you read it.
Yeah.
But I am not editing anything. So whatever comes out of your mouth is what we're keeping.
Every time I mess up, you don't edit it. So.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. The podcast would be 3 hours long if I went by that. But go ahead. What do you got?
That's hurtful. All right. Mr. Freddie Shoup.
No, get your hands away from your mouth.
Okay.
Just read it.
Test. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. Okay. What? That's what Ron Swanson.
Sorry, man.
No, Ron Burgundy.
God bless it.
I have Ron Swanson on my back.
And F you, San Diego.
Poop mouth. All right. Mr. Freddie Shoup, the high school coach, is an unenthusiastic. Dang it, I messed it up. Is as unenthusiastic as the weak pupils. Nope.
This is a win-win for me. The minute you're like, I'm going to read, I'm like, I don't care what it is. You could be reading your own address and you would be like, Ann Michigan.
I got it. Is as unenthusiastic as the weakest pupils when the vice principal forces him to take charge of the dreaded summer school program. Shoup tries to bribe the pupils, but gets to know and understand them better. Even comes to care about their futures when helped by a motivated colleague he has a crush on.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good, reading, I guess. I don't know. You kind of kill it for me when you have to do it 20 times. But whatever.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay.
It's like the dunk contest. It's like
you did your
dunk
best.
it the first time.
You did your best.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I actually think you did your best. This movie is very interesting because there are a handful of movies in the 80s
Mannequin, Weekend at Bernie's.
They're B movies.
Yeah.
They feel like B movies, but they just outkicked the coverage.
They hit an emotional core you didn't think they were going to. Weirdly, you know what I mean?
Because in the beginning I said this is like the love child of Savage Steve Holland and John Hughes. This feels like One Crazy Summer. It's just not as wild and ridiculous, but it's got that weird, almost like cheap feel to it. I don't want to say cheap, but it's.
Yeah, and also that it wouldn't exist in reality.
Yeah,
Like the whole, the over-the-top special effects stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the John Hughes part of it is they try to have some like real moments. There's a couple that are pretty powerful. Try to have a little bit of relationship development. But overall, this is silly. It's just a silly movie. It is in line with director Carl Reiner.
I love him so much.
He's great. And the type of stuff that when we get to that, we'll talk all about his career and what he used to do.
What a proud papa, too. Rob Reiner's dad.
I know, right?
Yeah.
How funny how that works, isn't it?
I mean, I think there's DNA in directing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Sofia Coppola.
Well, there's also a lot of nepotism. It's a lot easier to get your career started when you already have the name Reiner.
Maybe. Yeah.
Movie. I mean, look at, there's a lot of people that don't like Ben Stiller. And like he is, they argue he is the product of nepotism. So.
Yeah. I had dinner with his mom once.
Really?
We were at, what's it called? Katz's Deli in New York City, and Ann Mira sat next to us, and we talked to her.
That's wild.
Yeah. And I mean, we need to talk about who his dad is, by the way. It's
yeah, George Costanza's father. Yeah.
Festivus for the rest of us.
He's also, who's he?
He's in Zoolander.
He plays his agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That's what yeah. I came and squeeze a drip of pee out or something, right? Yeah. God,
is he alive? I hope he is.
I think he might have just passed.
No.
Yeah, why don't you look that up?
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I think he's alive. Oh, he died 2 years ago.
Yeah, I thought so. I remember.
I mean, he looked 80 for, 30 years.
Yeah. Well, how old was he when he died?
Darn it.
Do the math. Come on.
No, I deleted everything. I didn't read anything.
Are you worried you're being monitored? You got to immediately
get
rid of your cookies. And
No, if I have the screen up, I'm just going to look at it. He was, 93.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
That's a good life.
It is.
Max, do you want to jump right into the facts about this movie? I enjoy a good fact launch.
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of facts.
There are a lot of
facts.
First
of all, it cost $6 million and it made $35.6 million.
You can't beat that.
So it did really well. I mean, you can. There's a lot of movies that it was the 32nd most profitable movie
in 1987. Yeah. Paramount tried to remake this movie twice, once in 2010, once in 2012.
It should be.
It's got the bones. I think you could do it. I think you could bring in, like a Luke Owen Wilson, type. Yeah.
No, Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn would be a great Shoop. Vince Vaughn would be awesome as Shoop. Although he's old now. See, like this goes to show how old you and I are.
I know.
We gotta get into that next generation of like comedic actors.
Would Miles Teller be good?
I feel like this might be a step down from him for what he's been doing. Like he went from Whiplash to Summer School Deuce.
Dude, he was in Project X. He was awesome. He played himself.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's amazing. This was Kirstie Alley's first U.S. big role. Did she have some other role like in Canada? Everywhere I read it, it was like her first U.S. big role. And I was just like, well, I guess she must have had some other
big
roles
in Japan.
else. Like huge. Have you seen House Guests? I think it's called House Guests. No, Madhouse. It's John Larroquette and Kirstie Alley. It's a 90s movie.
No, is it good?
It's really good.
Okay.
I think it's called Madhouse. It's really, really funny.
I love her.
She's great. Oh my God. Look who's talking.
Yeah.
Cheers.
There's something like she's bossy and attitudey, and you kind of want her to be your mom in like a weird way.
Well, we're not going to go down that road with you because God, you've just
I don't know. Powerful women.
It's all right.
Want her to squeeze me to death with her thighs.
Oh my God Almighty! Thank you. Carl Reiner had hundreds of teenagers auditioning for these
murdered.
roles. Yeah. Their blood was used to make this film. The other thing about this movie that's kind of funny is like all the movies we talk about, there are all these like cool facts. Like I don't even know that there are that many cool facts about Summer School other than the fact that it was a movie.
Yeah. It exists.
It exists.
Well, I mean, yeah, you said hundreds of kids auditioned for the roles. It feels like it. Like there's a good camaraderie between the gang, I've
got a fact that you'll like.
What?
This is exciting. It smells to me like it could be a good TikTok video.
Okay.
So there's a scene in this movie where, you like that?
Yes.
Terrible, gross smelling noise. That's fantastic. There's a scene in the movie where Shoop, in a way to motivate his class to learn how to speak and read and write English, says, you could write these complaint letters to different companies and get free stuff. I do too. And he motivated Chainsaw to write a letter to the company that he had purchased some sunglasses
Cool
from.
dude sunglasses.
And so the company replies to his letter and gives him a box of free sunglasses a little bit later in the movie.
It's a good lesson.
And it kind of arbitrarily hands out all these sunglasses. Well, Max, here's the exciting fact for you. There's a little movie called Mannequin.
Shut up, what?
And two of the pairs of the sunglasses, the angular striped and the red and white, are also worn by Hollywood in Mannequin 1987.
That makes my week.
So I want you to go find the clips, match them up, and we got ourselves a nice little TikTok video. Hollywood.
God, there should have been a movie just about Hollywood.
Have we done a Mannequin episode?
I've been begging for I always throw it in there casually. You're like, nah.
No, it's
incredible.
Because we can build this thing too. Is that the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kim Cattrall. Meow.
Yeah, I know,
and also,
right?
what's it called? The guy from
Lassie?
No, Police Academy.
Police Academy.
The guy who's the security guy.
Harris.
Yeah.
Captain Thaddeus P. Harris.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also in Short Circuit.
And Evil James Spader.
Yep.
By the way, you know what's wild? Do you know there's a guest spot in this movie from Jay Tars?
No.
No, there's not.
Okay.
But we've done so much about him lately.
Yeah. I was like, I can't believe it.
He's in everything.
He is.
Everything's cream cheese.
Cream cheese. I was waiting for that. You can't go an episode without a cream cheese statement. So are you familiar? These are 90s movies, but are you familiar with the ski school movies?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So in those movies, a couple things to talk about. Number one,
They're awesome.
so Dean Cameron and Patrick Labratro reunite 3 years after this movie in the Canadian movie
That's
Ski School.
Chainsaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Chainsaw and the football player.
Yeah.
They're both in Ski School. Ski School 1 and 2, I think. So you know that I'm a huge fan of finding ways to connect anything that we're talking about to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
So there is an episode, and I don't remember what season it's in, but it's called The Gang Hits the Slopes. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah, where they take over the ski place.
So that is not only a direct homage to Ski School and every other crappy ski movie that ever came out in the 80s and 90s, it also has a cameo from Dean Cameron, who in this episode plays Driscoll. The guy who's like, let's party and gets the girls to take their shirts off.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's him from Summer School.
Amazing.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
I want
Max.
you to clean yourself.
And then I rewatched the episode.
It will be as long or as short as I want.
I really, really love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Frank versus Russia is an all-timer.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
What's your favorite Always Sunny episode?
I'm not prepared to answer that question. No.
I think Charlie worked for me. The
board game one is really good.
Which one? Electric Boogaloo too, or
Yeah.
the first one?
They're both really good.
The first one where Dennis doesn't move, where they have the
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Anyways, sorry. Back to
the head in a box.
Back to summer school. So I'll share something unrelated to the facts on this. Did you ever go to summer school?
I mean, I went to Wyoming for a class for 2 months during a summer, and I went to Italy for a summer.
Let me phrase this differently. Did you go to summer school because you were stupid or because you were smart?
Smart.
Okay. I went to stupid summer school.
Really?
Yeah, I went to 1 year.
No way.
Yeah, I did. And it was very.
I'm gonna make fun of you forever.
It was very similar to this experience.
How old were you?
So I think I've told you this before. My freshman year in high school, I had a 1.7 GPA.
No way.
I turned my life around.
Was it the animal tattoo that did it?
There's a lot of things going on my freshman year of high school.
What's going on?
A lot of things not qualified to talk about on this podcast.
Does it rhyme with schmooberty?
No, that was 7th grade for me, not my freshman year of high school. But as a result of the most fun year I had in high school, which was my freshman year, I needed to get caught back up, right? So what I did is my sophomore year, I took Algebra 1 over completely again. And then the summer between my sophomore year and my junior year, I took summer school for geometry so that I could go into my junior year being in Algebra 2 and being caught back up. Make sense?
Sure.
Geometry in summer school, my sophomore summer, was exactly like this.
Who are you?
I don't know that I was one of the characters.
Larry? You were sleeping all the time,
I was sleeping
stripping?
all the time. I wasn't stripping at night.
I bet you were.
The dread and disdain I had for summer school. It is my children today, when they get upset because they're like, it's summer, let us sleep in. And my wife's like, I don't care, get up. Or they have to get up and go to camp and they're frustrated. I'm like, no, you hold on to that. We are brainwashed at a young age to believe that summer, the sense of entitlement we have towards summer is incredible. Now as an adult, what does summer even mean? It's just another month or two that we have to work and do the same thing.
Not for me. I got to travel.
I was literally, you beat me to the punch. I was like, yes, I understand, Peter Pan, that nothing has changed for you. For the rest of us, schlums, it has. But I remember dreading it. I had football training during the summer. I had everything. I couldn't go out late during the week because I had to get up at the butt crack of dawn. And summer school doesn't mess around. Like if you miss one class, you're done. You get 3 tardies, you're done because it's all truncated. It's so much shorter.
So you couldn't have been the football player.
No, I was not the football player.
My zipper got stuck.
No. Well, there are 2 football players.
I think you're going to do well.
We assume he was a football player. We don't know that he was a football player.
Yeah, that's true.
The other guy actually was a football player.
I mean, if you were a football coach, would you recruit?
Yes,
Mac?
immediately.
Yeah.
He's
like 27.
I mean, he's a big dude.
I love him. I think you're going to do well here.
I think he's going to do real well. So I understand this movie. And I also have to tell you, the scene in this movie where they're messing with not the substitute, where they're first messing with the vice principal. And I think Chainsaw starts humming. And then when he stops humming, someone else starts humming.
Yeah.
Max, I've done that multiple times to substitute teachers in my academic career.
Did you learn it from this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All my friends knew it too. So we did this almost every time I had to substitute my freshman.
It is a classic. Year. Did you do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre bloodbath?
I didn't. Can I share with you what I would argue are the 2 most awful things I ever did when I was in school?
Yes.
And both of them took place. Yeah, they both took place my freshman year.
Let me hear.
One of them was I mooned a teacher.
Purposely?
Yeah, on purpose. I dropped, the doors, how they had like the little glass windows in them?
Yeah.
She threw me out of the classroom and I went into the hallway and dropped trowel and put my butt up against the glass.
Wow.
That was pretty bad.
Aggressive.
What I would argue was more clever and one of the funniest things I've ever done in my life. I went to a really good high school. Like it was a fairly prestigious high school.
Yeah, why?
Because it was
you
just
weren't classy.
I wasn't at all.
Yeah.
My grandparents bought my mom a house in a really nice. Yeah, I know. Grand people. I'm going to tell you the story, and I don't think you're going to believe it. I think I'm going to have someone like call you and tell you that it actually happened because it's so unbelievable.
Are you one of those like I had a relationship with the lunch lady people?
No, I wish.
Okay.
God, I wish. That would be amazing.
Remember Sean who used to work at Skeeps?
Yeah.
He had a relationship with his lunch lady.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I skipped class an incredible amount my freshman year, like hundreds of classes. Like I had the most attention hours of anyone in the school as a freshman.
Where are you going?
Sometimes I just sit in the lounge or I just hang out.
Throw a knife.
That had study hall or
Were you
whatever.
an angry skipper?
I just didn't want to go to class. I just would skip. It was nuts.
This is neat.
One time I skipped my class and went into someone else's class just because I felt like they had a sub that day. So I sat down and I was talking to a couple girls I knew and the class was speech. So it's like your class on how you give speeches. And we had a substitute teacher. And I sat in this kid's seat, and his name was Eric Anderson. Now there are 2 Eric Andersons, one my grade,
Eric Andre,
one older, Eric Andre. And the substitute teacher picked Eric Anderson's name to do an impromptu speech that day. And I got up in front of the class and gave a 15-minute speech on sex toys.
Wow. How'd that go? Why'd they let you go 15 minutes?
I don't know if part of her just thought like we were so cutting edge and this is such a smart school and they can do this kind of stuff.
Follow-up question. At age 14, what you know about sex toys?
Everything.
Why?
I was very advanced. I was very ahead
The internet
of the curve.
wasn't...
I know.
What were you...
Max, I was...
Were you going to stores?
No, I just think I was a little bit like...
Where were you getting the information?
Do you know how some kids, they understand math at an incredible level?
So you're like Good Will Hunting, where
yes,
like,
except with anything inappropriate or I was like basically like everybody would come to me and be like, what does this word? What does this word mean? I was like, it means this. Okay. What does that word mean? I was like, it would mean this.
So it naturally came to you?
No, I think I had like magazine access. I don't even remember.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I was deep into that space. And I got up there and gave an impromptu speech and he got a B+ on it.
Forget summer school. Let's just talk about this.
He got a B+ on it. It was,
nice.
and this kid wasn't always the best academic. It was one of the better grades he had ever received. So he wasn't upset that I took his place that day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My worst high school thing was I
crashed your car in front of the cops, right?
No, I destroyed a cop car. Yeah.
I think you've told that story a handful of times.
Well, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you were scared of everything because your therapist made you watch Terminator 2 when you were 11 years old.
Back to summer school. Is Mark Harmon... Is
charming?
Yeah.
Charming.
So I think he's like the most underrated actor. And I think he has the best life. If I had to pick a life of an actor.
Oh, because it's a life of leisure.
Yeah.
It's super relaxed. He was in he was like Jeffrey Dahmer or Bundy.
He was Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
In a TV movie
and
miniseries.
Reiner saw him interviewed after.
Yeah. And he's like, this guy's charming.
And that's the thing is like, had he just seen the performance in the movie, it wouldn't have done it. But he saw his kind of softness and charmingness. And he is honestly.
There's something very relaxed, very calm. And also like.
I think he could have done there's a lot of 80s movies I could see him in.
Oh my God. Well, I'm watching West Wing for like the millionth time
Yeah,
again. Have you seen it before?
A handful of
Okay,
episodes.
so he plays a Secret Service agent in like a 5-episode arc.
Okay.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can we talk about his career later, right? We got to get to that.
We always talk about it later. You know that.
Okay, so let's see.
I only got a
Facts.
couple more facts.
Oceanfront High is the name of the school in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
And the actual school itself.
No, I want to do the thing. Just stay calm, Freddy. That's like the best scene ever. He's at the pool. That guy.
That guy is out of his mind. Like this demon is just chopping people up. The pool itself is boiling.
What do you want?
And he's like, hey, we got to de-escalate. We're going to de-escalate here, Freddy.
He's like the negotiator.
Do you know the only thing that offsets that for me is Dream Warrior?
Yeah.
Can we watch all the Freddy movies again?
Sure.
I love those movies.
I had a really good time watching them.
I know.
Yeah.
Because we're having a good time.
Except for 4 with the cockroach death.
I know. That bothers me.
It's
all
so
gooey
gross.
and gross.
Yeah.
It's very Cronenbergian.
It is.
Yeah, I don't like that.
None of that.
Also, that school is the same school they shot the greatest film ever made, The Karate Kid.
No way. Are you serious?
Same school, same high school, yeah.
That's cool.
It's a cruel, cruel summer.
What movie's better?
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
I'd rather
Karate
watch
Kid's one of my 5 favorite movies from the 80s.
I would rather watch Summer School.
Yeah, Karate Kid's never been your thing.
It's too long. And not enough karate.
It's so funny. What was the you today between the two of us today, we're responsible for like 2 of the most funny one-line things. Oh, I remember the other one. We were talking about a couple, like a girl that comes to the bar that you've seen a couple times.
Yeah.
And I was saying how you're like, I'm pretty sure she's older than 21. And I was like, we should have a brand of clothing instead of Forever 21 called
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. No, not pretty sure. It was it pretty,
might be 21?
Might be 21. That was it. Might be 21. But we also decided that we shouldn't be the spokespeople for that clothing line.
Nope.
So now
We'll get our wives on it.
Yeah, that's it. That's Trish and Selena.
Yeah.
Could totally run this business.
Yeah. I don't think they'd be proud of it.
So Trish is turning 40 in 6 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be there for the birthday
How does it
party.
feel to be with the elderly?
I'll make sure that she hears that part of the podcast.
She doesn't listen.
No, she doesn't, but I'll make sure she hears that one part. But I think she's not having like a midlife crisis, but I think it's hitting her. Yeah, it's so great being a man. Like every year that I get older, I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
My kid the other day, I let my hair grow out a little bit, and Reese was like, God, you got a lot of gray hair. I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me at all.
I'm happy I got hair.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's going quick, both of ours.
Should we get wigs together?
I think so.
Let's get matching wigs.
Absolutely not.
Like Milli Vanilli. Girl, you know it's true.
Ooh, ooh. Blame it on the rain. Yeah. Whatever you do,
I think that's the first Milli Vanilli
don't put
shout
the
out.
blame on you.
They're 80s, right?
Yeah.
90s. I think it's
90s.
close.
I think it's 90s.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do today? We did a podcast about summer school and sang Milli Vanilli songs. All right, Max.
Sounds like a great day.
I got a handful more facts and we're done.
Okay.
What do you got? Anything?
Shoop wore red Ray-Bans.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Libby's car is blue. Billy likes soda.
That's good.
Let's see. Reiner signed on after reading the screenplay. It just made him laugh.
Yeah.
So I mean, you make Carl Reiner laugh. That's gotta be a big.
Carl
thing.
Reiner loves the word summer because summer rental in 85 and summer school in 87.
All right, you're really scraping the bottom of
Both
the barrel.
from Paramount. Well, I thought it was interesting. Both from Paramount. They're like, stick with the formula.
Roger Ebert gave this half a star.
Sure.
And he said,
I thought that was generous.
You see it, you leave the theater, then it evaporates, leaving just a slight residue, something like a vaguely unpleasant taste in the memory.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Jerk.
He never got comedies, or dumb comedies.
No.
He's there for like character structure and like
Except Dumb and Dumber. He relented on Dumb and Dumber.
Did he really?
Yeah. They both did.
He gave 2 stars for Dumb and Dumber.
Nope, not Dumb and Dumber. Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura.
Well, that had a plot.
I know. But
Yeah.
It's still
Why? So he can beat him? Fatty?
Put it on the list, Max. Put it on the list. All right, Max, any more facts?
No, nothing.
Max
nothing.
with the facts.
No.
Max with the facts.
I mean, the cast is so fun. I can't wait to talk about the cast.
Well, then let's take a break to listen to a word from our sponsors, and then we'll start talking about the cast. Buzzn The Tower is also brought to you by Dolby Real Estate. You can find them at wearedoby.com. There's a list of reasons I would use Dolby Real Estate. At the top of the list, even though Shoop's house is a mess, what kind of property is that?
I mean, today that's
on
like
the beach?
$10 million property.
Oh my God. And you know what? My bet is that Dolby Real Estate found it for him.
Yeah, probably.
They said, you got to trust us, Shoop. You're just a school teacher. Dolby Real Estate.
car.
Yeah, I know. They're the right group that you can sit down in front of them and tell them, hey, look, I'm scratching lotto tickets hoping to win a trip out of this place, or I want to go.
They were morons.
Adobe Real Estate's going to help you find the right home for whatever your income is, or if you're looking to sell. For instance, you're caught by the authorities living with your 16-year-old student and you want to get out of town real quick. Adobe Real Estate, reach out to them today. Tell them that Buzzn The Tower sent you. $400 million in sales, 1,000 homes sold. They're the best that's out there. Reach out today and either sell your house or get into your new dream house.
So I forgot there's 2 random weird facts in this movie.
Of course.
So
how many times did I ask you? Any more facts?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they say it's the 1973 classic. The movie came out in 1974. You think they would have known?
Who knows?
Yeah. What do you mean? They know. They got it wrong.
What else, Sax Manders?
When Pam asked Freddie French or Italian for the dressing, and he says French, and she's like, oh, I knew you were French. She grabs the Italian dressing.
Dear God. How did we let that go? All right, Max.
The cast.
Or
directors.
Or
first.
the directors. Let's start with this 1987 classic.
The Reinster.
Carl Reiner. So before we even get to his directing career, he was a hell of a writer. And also, did you know he wrote an episode of The Cleveland Show?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum. My name is Cleveland Brown. With old friends and new friends and even a bear. Yeah. Couldn't believe that.
Well, he created the Dick Van Dyke Show.
He also
wasn't it the biggest show ever?
It was one of them. He also wrote The Man with Two Brains.
Hilarious.
He was the voice of God in there's more acting, but in the History of the World, Part 1.
Cool.
Let me go to directing. He has directed The Jerk, The Man with Two Brains, All of Me, Summer Rental, Summer School, Fatal Instinct, which you need to see. It's a parody? Yeah. It's a spoof thriller. But it's like, what's the other one that's got...
Loaded Weapon?
Yes. Yeah. It's very Loaded Weapon-ish, but it's funny.
Born a poor black child. I've never seen The Jerk.
The Jerk is incredible.
Yeah.
The Jerk is...
You could probably
argue it's his best.
Roxanne.
I'm partial... No, nobody would argue that Roxanne's his best, except you and I.
Yeah.
I'm partial to Parenthood.
Yeah, Father of the Bride.
LA Story, Parenthood, Father of the Bride. But you would make a hell of an argument to say The Jerk is probably the funniest film he's ever done.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, and of course, The Three Amigos.
Yeah.
How could I forget that?
Three Amigos.
We are the three amigos. And amigos forever will be.
Plethora?
A plethora?
But he's Saul in all the Ocean movies.
Are we talking acting? Because I thought we weren't.
Well, we're talking it now.
Saul Bloom in all 3 Oceans movies. He also was Mr. Diradorian in Summer School.
He's really funny.
He was the guy scratching the lotto tickets. Yep.
I've known men who wash dishes who come back after winning millions of dollars. When they said that line, I was like, I'm in on this movie.
Do you know what he's also in? He did the voice for, which I always forget, Toy Story 4. Him and Mel Brooks.
Really?
Mel Brooks was Melephant Brooks, the elephant.
Yeah.
And Carl Reiner was Carl Rhinoceros.
That's really cool.
So clever.
So the writers, there's 2 of them that like really didn't do anything.
Whoa. Smokey and the Bandit 3 isn't anything? Easy,
Dave
Tiger.
DeChef. Yeah.
And Stuart. Head. No. Birnbaum.
Did nothing.
But the one that you're going to talk about.
Jeff
Franklin did one of the finest, ahead of its time, transphobic movies I've ever seen in my life.
Love Stinks?
Just One of the Guys.
Oh. He did that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he wrote that.
Oh.
He did. He wrote Just One of the Guys, Summer School. He wrote 2 of the most blockbuster creator and writer.
Yep.
Full House and Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Cooper. I wonder what Bob Saget's audition was like, because he's just so not that.
He's like a hard X-rated comedian.
Well, he was. He's dead.
I know, yeah. R.I.P.
I mean,
a lot of questions around how he died, Max. I'm just saying.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
A lot of questions around how he died.
Like,
it was just weird.
Okay.
Like he fell and like hit his head.
Oh.
Yeah. And he had some wife or girlfriend that was like 40 years younger than him. And I'm just saying, spreading rumors.
Living the dream.
That's how you want to go, I know. Max, take us on this journey. What do you got? Talk to me about all these wonderful actors.
So Freddie Shoup, Mark Harmon, I could see no one else playing this role. Like, it's one of those unique things, like Val Kilmer playing Jim Morrison, Will Ferrell playing Frank the Tank. Like, he is Freddie Shoup.
He is.
Like, it's his iconic role. But, I mean, have you watched NCIS?
I've not.
So, I've
seen clips of him. He seems great in it.
It's a fun, like, procedural crime, who did what, let's find out kind of thing. He's done 435 episodes and produced, and he's worth $120 million.
Sure.
So it's like, I think
He's your guy. So you want to be.
I think he has like one of the best lives because he gets to go out. Like only old people watch NCIS, like really old people.
So he's not like always recognized when he's out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he's just a handsome guy. He played a quarterback for UCLA in the 70s.
So that scene in the movie where he was teaching the other football player how to tackle and follow the hips, which by the way is accurate.
Yeah.
I always pick up on those little nuanced things when they say
that's real?
Yes, that's real.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Read the hips, not the shoulders. That's why if you ever watch like Barry Sanders, like if you watch his separation between his hips and his shoulders, his head jukes and his shoulder jukes are what would trick people, but the hips, if you follow the belt buckle, it'll always lead you to where they're running.
All right, coach.
There you go.
Yeah. And do you know
now get down and give me 50 push-ups.
And do you know who he was married to?
No.
Pam Dwarber.
I don't know who that is.
She was Mindy from Mork and Mindy.
Oh.
And she's also the mom in
Nanu.
Yeah, in Stay Tuned.
Yes.
Underrated 90s movie.
It is.
I love that
Jack
movie.
Tripper.
Yeah.
Come and knock on my door.
And then we got Kirstie Alley, sadly dead.
Sadly passed away.
But you know what's weird? I looked at her movie career. It's really not that prolific yet.
No.
Like she's really part of the zeitgeist because she's unique in kind of how funny she was and how good looking and kind of that. I don't know what it is about her.
So I think what it is. I hate to say this.
Attainable?
I want to call it Amy Schumer syndrome. So I think there's
way better looking.
I know. Who's the other one? The other blonde who's like just the most foul-mouthed comedian. She's like out of control and she's super popular right now.
What, Tom Segura's wife?
No, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
And like I'm oddly attracted to her too, but I think it's because she's very chill and has that mom vibe.
Well, it's because she loves Tom Segura and you're basically Tom Segura. You guys look similar.
Nikki Glaser.
Okay, yeah, that's more accurate.
But she's stunning.
Yeah.
But like there's also there's I don't know, there's this quality to Kirstie Alley where she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But she's also like very relatable and funny and like feels like she could hang with the guys, you know?
Yeah, and she can intimidate you if you want to. Run away, she's a jerk.
Yeah.
Loverboy, she's just kind of
she's great in Loverboy.
Oh my god, when they're dancing.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a cooler scene than the entire movie?
I love that.
And
give me a large pizza with extra anchovies anytime.
I really like anchovies, so I can't order that.
I love anchovies.
Yeah.
Caesar salad, I won't order it without one.
Well, yeah, it's in the dressing, right?
I don't know if it's in the dressing, but I just always order it.
Yeah, it's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips.
Star Trek 2, she's really good as
a Vulcan.
Yeah.
She's got a little love thing going.
And I really liked For Richer or Poor. Remember that her and Tim Allen are like a rich couple that hide away in
I do remember that.
Kind of Amish country.
Yep.
With the dicks.
The smallest things, Max. They really entertain you.
So we got Robin Thomas, who was playing Vice Principal Gills. He did About Last Night. Not really much else. Bulworth, House, Cold Case, The Closer. And then you got your guy, Patrick Lebo. How do you say it?
Laboratory.
Yeah.
Laboratory.
Yeah. Who played Kevin Winchester, the football
player,
who was a little dumb.
Yep. And he was in a couple things. I think he was in Heathers.
Yeah, he's Ram Sweeney.
Yep.
Does he get murdered? He gets murdered.
I think everybody gets murdered in Heathers.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he was also in Ski School.
And Three Ninjas.
Yes.
And 280 episodes of Jag.
You're in 208 episodes
of
Jag.
And this is really cool to me. Remember the 90s Spider-Man cartoon?
Yes.
He was Flash Thompson, his voice.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Yeah,
I like that one.
Can we get to Courtney Thorne-Smith?
Yeah, there's something about her. How old was she in this movie?
I don't care.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me.
She's got an old
Melrose
soul.
Place, dude. That's where.
Oh, she is?
Oh my God, are you kidding?
I'm not a Melrose or Beverly Hills.
Oh, Jesus. She is Melrose Place.
Okay,
she's one of like the forefathers of Melrose Place.
Is she a mean one, or is she a Shannon Doherty type, or is she like kind of the one you root for?
Both at different points during the show.
Got it.
And this is kind of cool. So Mark Harmon's niece ended up playing Courtney Thorne-Smith's sister in a couple episodes of Melrose Place.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of neat.
She's great in this movie. She's actually like the one real actor.
Yeah.
Like her and Shoop, like their connection is kind of, it is weird.
Yeah.
You're like, huh.
She's got,
because he's immature and she's older.
She's got a Demi Moore.
Deep brass voice.
One Crazy Summer feel.
Yeah.
What was her name in One Crazy Summer?
Oh, God. Cassandra Eldridge.
Wow, Max. Good for you.
Nailed it.
Continue, please.
She was also Jim Belushi's wife in the According to Jim show.
According to Jim, yep.
And she was in Chairman of the Board, the Carrot Top movie that's not even watchable.
Have you ever seen her? She got interviewed
about that
movie, and there's somebody else. God, it might have been your guy who I don't think is funny that we just talked about last week, Norm Macdonald. Might have been roasting her a little bit about it when he was being he was interviewing. It was on Conan, and it was her. Oh my God. Ugh.
Norm rules.
Yeah, whatever. Dean Cameron, Chainsaw.
Yeah, really good. I don't think he ever outgrew this role though. I mean, he played the pizza man at Men at Work. Remember that?
Oh, do I remember Men at Work?
Just tied up.
Yeah.
He was on ER, Party of Five, Shameless, Psych. He does voices, and like you said, Always Sunny.
Always Sunny,
yeah. So he's a great burnout. Like he's on par with Spicoli.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's kind of a jerk.
Gary Riley is Dave Frazier, his best friend.
He was in Stand By Me. He's Charlie Hogan.
Which
is I thought was really cool.
Remember when we first we did Cine whatever. What was the podcast we did Stand By Me on? I can't remember right now. Cinephile. We talked about that about how he was both in this movie and in the other, and I don't think he knew what summer school was, but that's okay.
So he has a cool career. So he was the heavy metal kid in Ruthless People.
Mm-hmm.
He was the motel thief in Planes, Trains,
and Automobiles. Yeah.
He's a random guy.
They cut a lot of that out.
They did.
They?
Okay, it was supposed to be like they stiffed him on a tip, and that's why it happened, kind of thing. And they cut that out. He was a random guy in Back to the Future. Like you can just find him.
Okay.
He was in Misfits the Science, that weird show with Kevin Peter Hall and Courtney Cox.
Yep.
And in Fear, that movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I know that movie.
He's the hacker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. God, I love Mark Wahlberg in that movie.
Oh, he's intense.
Let me in.
Punches his chest.
Yeah. What's he doing? It's a fear thing.
Yeah, it's cool. He's doing the fear thing. Wait, what is that from?
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
It's his wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
The cat.
Yeah.
God, that show's so good. They pull from everything.
Should we just
do a podcast on just like every week? Kelly Jo Minter, aside from being charming in this, she was in Nightmare on Elm Street, and everybody forgets this. She worked at the front desk at the comic book store in The Lost Boys. She was only a small part in there, but that was her as well.
Yeah, but not Nightmare on Elm Street. It was the Dream Child one. It's number 4. You didn't say Dream Child.
Oh, I just said Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, that implies the first one.
No, I said one. I'm sorry, one of the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, doesn't she have the really gruesome studying death at the school?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a nerd. She's like
no.
That's not her?
No. Different girl looks like her. That's not who. You're thinking of the asthma girl.
Yeah,
not her.
Okay,
not her.
How'd she die?
Don't remember.
Cool.
That's not her.
Yeah, and also she was in The Principal.
Yes.
You seen that movie?
I have.
Fantastic.
With John Lovitz.
Yeah.
No, that's
that's High School High.
Yes, thank you.
This is. I mean, it's basically the same movie. It's Jim Belushi
I know. Thank
Jr.
you. Yeah.
But again, she has like
High School High.
She wants to learn. You know what I mean? She's got good educational skills.
She wants to learn.
That's the ticket.
Oh, Lovitz, you son of a gun. I'm skipping around, but Amy Stock, who only has a small role in here as Shoop's girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know her better, though, as the stepmom from all the Bill and Ted movies.
She's incredible in those.
I think so.
She's got this.
Missy, right?
Yeah.
Missy?
Yeah. Missy.
Yeah.
She's completely 80s looking. She's just kind of got that Kim Basinger, like Barbie doll look to
And
her.
she was in the last one. Almost unrecognizable.
Really?
It's her, though.
So you know what my favorite shout out was? So Shawnee Smith, who plays Rhonda, who's the pregnant girl.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, when she slaps her belly when she's pregnant, you can audibly hear a rubber bounce because it's a ball, and they just left it in.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So I was looking at her, I was like, she's so familiar. I'm really attracted to her. What's the deal? Like, there's something in my past where I know this girl. And I went through her career. She's Joni in Iron Eagle. She's Megan the Blob. She's the main girl, Nikki, in Who's Harry Crumb. But those didn't do it for me.
Right.
And then I remembered, you seen a little film called Armageddon?
Yes.
Do you remember when Rockhound is at the bar in New Orleans telling the girl her diamond's
and
not
she just
real?
got married?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a big ring.
That's a big ring.
Yeah. And she's like kind of nervous and like wearing like kind of a very nice sundress.
I cannot believe that. That's amazing.
Isn't that for some
totally
reason
her.
that's in my it's in my DNA? Do you want to have another drink? Yeah.
So
she's in a bunch of Saw movies too.
I don't take this the wrong way.
Yep.
To all those pregnant women out there, I did think it was a little interesting that I assume junior or senior in high school football player was not put off at all by the fact that this woman was 6-7 months pregnant.
Well, it was David Lee Roth's kid, so I mean, like she has good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird that he was into her. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I found that a little hard to believe. I know you're in. Never mind.
Everyone's got fetishes.
That's a weird one for me. Additionally,
your wife had 3 kids.
I know. Well, additionally, she recovered from childbirth very quickly. She was already hanging out right after.
Yeah.
So I have to jump to the scene. This movie is like total absurd slapstick. There's not a serious moment in the whole damn movie, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, I can't wait to meet the little girl. She's like, oh, that won't happen. I gave her up for adoption.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the scene where they're saying that they got better grades.
No, I don't care about that. That's normal.
Sounds inspiring.
That's a normal, like, wrap it up in a bow. We're all proud of what we did, blah, blah,
But they
blah.
failed.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The more hard right turn was it's okay. The more hard right turn was And there's nothing wrong with adoption. I'm not being critical of it. It's just the whole seriousness of it, of like all of a sudden they're like, yeah, like they're all hanging out. And they're like, yeah, we gave her up for adoption.
Yeah.
And that's it. They just moved on from the conversation.
I don't know. It's the 80s. Things were wild.
I guess so, man.
Reagan wanted you to give away your kids.
So Reagan
smash.
Unbelievable. Now here's a question for you.
Yes.
Since you ask me things all the time out of the blue, like what's your favorite scene in the movie? I need you to rank something for me.
7.
Right? I hate you. This is my fault. When I laugh at these damn jokes, they perpetuate. In order, I already know you're number 1, but I want you to think about it before you just give me numbers.
The women of this movie?
No.
Oh.
That's so lazy. I would never ask a dumb question like that. In order, rank for me your favorite 80s movie studying montage of the 3, Real Genius, Back to School, Summer School.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, Real Genius is first because of the music, like the number 1 stuff, and like that they're actually freaking out.
Number 1 is the
in the making, and then and that one kid who freaks out. Yeah. So
I've walked. Don't say it's automatically number 1. Do what you're doing. Walk through it, but really think about it.
No, I can think of everything. So I think about Val Kilmer wearing a shirt where his nipples hanging out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's like, sees a girl walk by and he starts crying.
Yep.
When he's like flipping things on his fingers.
The
when
coins.
The laser is getting progressively better.
Yep.
I mean, don't tell me that scene defines. You know,
All
studying
right.
for me.
So that's your number 1.
And Back to School is my second because it's incredible. Because he's getting the massage and he's like
in the
flipping down
shower,
and falling asleep with the coffee.
I don't know. The music for me does it. Like,
What is it? Oingo Boingo for the studying montage and Back to School?
No, it's Danny Elfman's score of the movie. It's the bum 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 bum.
Yeah,
bum,
Edward
bum,
Scissorhands,
bum,
basically. Yeah.
So the Summer School montage was more classical music, but are you ready to have your mind blown a little
What?
bit? Danny Elfman did that one too.
No way.
Danny Elfman is responsible for 2 of the 3 only ones I can think of.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other study montages from the movie we don't speak of.
What, Lean on Me?
No.
Stand By Me?
No.
Oh, Soul Man.
Soul Man.
I'm a soul man.
But that's not the study. I don't think
I'm
that's
sure
the
there's
study
a study
montage.
montage in there.
Oh, Soul Man. The forgotten. That'll be our last episode that we ever do. We'll talk about Soul Man.
By the way, there's 2 other characters I want to talk about.
So we're just going to gloss over that ranking. You're going to 1, 2, 3, Real Genius.
Yeah.
2 is Back to School and 3 is Summer School.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Summer School doesn't have, it's not fun.
I accept that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just people holding pencils to their face.
I don't know. There's one scene though where Kirstie Alley is working with the stripper and he starts rubbing her leg. I think that's funny.
I didn't notice that.
Oh yeah. You gotta, nuance, little nuance things. All right. Go ahead with what do you got?
So Richard Steven, who played Horvitz, you know, the like weird kind of like, we have a deal, guys.
Yeah.
So
let's do lunch. I always wanted to say that.
So his voice sounded familiar. Do you know what he's from?
I don't.
Were you a fan of Power Rangers back in the day?
Ish.
He was Alpha 5.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I do know Alpha 5.
Yeah. Or
the robot with the big square disc head thingy. Or
no, that was Zod or Zed or Zuby.
Zed's dead.
Zed's dead, baby.
Do you know that just for poops and giggles, I watched Pulp Fiction the other day?
I saw.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
I shot Marvin in the face. You know, John Travolta improvised that line?
Oh, jeez. I need my career back.
He did it.
Oh, he did it.
He's got a great, like, weird accent in that movie.
Yeah, it's Southern almost. I don't even know.
It's just very, like, jivey.
Yeah.
But
you speak jive? Let me talk to him.
He was also the
hey, man, on the flip side, they want the fish. They ate the fish.
But he was also the voice of one of the Angry Beavers. Remember that show?
I do. I liked Angry Beavers.
I did too.
Nickelodeon went through a good tear of like really good
Rocket
stuff.
Power, Our Real Monsters. Yeah.
And
And Fabiano Udino, who played Anna Maria Mazzarelli.
Yes.
I mean, beautiful. She's
Beautiful.
She's the bride of
Che bella.
she's the bride of Reanimator.
Oh.
And remember in RoboCop 2?
Yes.
There's the sunblock commercial?
Yes.
She's that girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
With all the goo, like the Sunblock 8000 or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
and she was in Fubar recently.
I've not watched it yet.
Yeah. But the weirdest thing, I mean, I don't know if I can say this, in Austin Powers, she was a lot of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can say
I
it?
guess I think so you can say it.
Didn't like they start farting in front of each other in the hot
Maybe.
tub?
Yeah.
I just so relaxed.
Oh, behave. So, Mr. Gremp, who plays Chainsaw's father.
Yep.
Do you know the other famous father that he is?
No.
Max, it's from your favorite movie ever.
What?
Ever.
What?
What's your favorite movie ever? Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
Henry's father.
No way.
That's Henry's father.
He's good in that.
He's great. He's good in
beats
both.
the crap out of
He's
him.
Chainsaw's dad.
Yeah.
He's great. He beats up Henry?
Yeah. Remember the belt? They like freeze frame.
Yeah, when he's a kid.
He's like, sometimes you take a beating.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
That's how I live my life.
I was thinking of Bronx Tale. Which
I hate A Bronx Tale.
I know. It's too soft for
It's
you.
corny.
It's like, you know what it feels like? A Disney version of Goodfellas. Yeah.
And you don't have Robert De Niro play the noble guy. That's not Robert De Niro.
I know. It's
just an Italian stereotype.
Hey!
Bibbidi boobidi ba.
That's really good. Mr. Gremp's wife, Mrs. Gremp, has been in everything. And I mean everything. Her name's Laura Waterbury, and she, Max, was in everything. I'm going to start listing this off, and you're going to be blown away. So remember in Better Off Dead, the foreign exchange student?
Yeah.
She was the mom,
That's
Mrs.
cool.
Smith.
Yeah.
One Crazy Summer, she was the crossing guard. Remember that was
the face freezing that way. Yeah.
Be nice. Yep. You remember. She was the supermarket customer in Inner Space. Not the one who shoots the gun, but the other one that's in line waiting.
Yeah.
Yep. That's her in Inner Space.
What a cool career.
Linda and Mac and Me. Mac and Me would be a movie that I would argue we should probably do.
I haven't seen it yet. I can't find it anywhere.
It's so bad. She's the female cop in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Another movie I'm surprised we haven't done. That's 89.
What? Mac and Me?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah. I don't know. The ant.
Yeah.
The ant death's too sad.
Yeah.
The movie freaks me out a little bit.
Is that why you're staying away from it?
The scorpion stuff.
All right.
Are we going to do it next week because of this?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, all right.
Oatmeal pie looks good.
What else you got?
Nothing.
No other characters you want to go over?
That's a lot of characters.
We went over a lot of characters. Max, favorite scenes from the movie? Go.
Oh, God. I like when Shoop, when he's like doing the class for the first time in the library and they bring him a donut. And he talks about surfing with a girl. He's like, you had to ditch. You know what I mean? And then like, hey, you got these, what's it called? Permission slips. And they sign them and they just go go-karting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's the pinnacle of movies for me.
The bunny scene is really funny.
Oh,
the bunny scene is really, really funny.
It's kind of horrifying the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like when she takes the bunny and like throws the bunny down because she's terrified. I think that was really good.
Yeah.
What else? What are some of your other favorite scenes?
The success at the end, the speech with the parents, that like these kids worked and they got better, and like it wasn't cookie cutter that they passed. Do you know what I mean? They averaged a 64, but it kept Shoop and Kirstie Alley's relationship together.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Love.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. Or when Wonder Mutt finds his toy again at the end.
And there's some weird kissing going on with the dog and the two of them.
A little bit
weird for me.
Yeah, the peanut butter and
that kind of grosses me out.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, because I know dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans' mouths, but
they are?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Not my dogs.
Oh, well, I don't know what you're feeding your dogs, but for the most part, dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans' mouths.
They have dental checkups and stuff?
They probably eat less things that have crap in them.
Okay.
They're just eating dog food, whereas like we're eating all types of crap all day. I mean, I don't know. Just why don't you Google it? You have your computer in front
I'm going to. It's like comparing apples and oranges.
That's what the internet says.
Yeah.
Well, the internet.
They're full of microbes.
Go to hell. Go to hell, internet. All right. My favorite scenes in the movie. I really love the scene when they're at the beach and she's starting to take all of her clothes off and she gets stopped. And I love the driver's training scene. I think like when Chainsaw is driving with the guy, it's got this like absurd 80s feel. Like, why do you only have one hand? He's like, I need the other hand for the babes. And then he wrecks the car and he calls him a dildo, which is incredible. He goes, I didn't mean that. What can I get you? I get you free prints over at the photos. Well, my dad's a butcher. I get you a nice veal cut. That whole scene to me is very funny. And when they both get busted drinking. And Shoop bails him out. The jail part's funny.
We want to dance with your girlfriend.
But when the two of them are like, we never should have taken a sip. That was so irresponsible of us. We should have just left it alone. I thought that scene was great.
I love them.
I love them too. Max, I got nothing else. Do you have anything?
No, Spotlight.
Well, then let's go to the old Buzzn The Tower fan spotlight. Max, it is my honor. Privilege to say that our Buzzn The Tower fan spotlight this week is none other than Tony Huddleston Jr.
Sounds like a NASCAR driver.
This dude.
He listened to our podcast 5 times last week.
He sends me almost every other week a positive affirmation message via Facebook or Instagram.
And he just got a Power Ranger tattoo.
Yeah, dude, he's the best. Tony is like one of my favorite fans of the show.
And he works for Coca-Cola.
He's a friend.
Yeah.
Why even call him a fan? She's just a friend.
Great beard.
Yeah. Didn't we ruin the surprise when his significant other bought him swag from our website?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. That's on us, Tony. Our bad. Anyways, Tony is a lover of the 80s, a lover of the show, and we're excited to have him back on. Let's hear what he had to say about summer school.
Hello, Mo and Max. This is Tony Huddleston Jr., and I'm here today to tell you why I do or do not like the 1987 movie Summer School, starring Mark Harmon and Kirstie Alley. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. had its funny moments, had its serious moments, things like that. Shoop just wants to go on his Hawaiian vacation, but, gets duped into teaching summer school. It's all right. Things happen, this, that. He has a good time. But for me personally, it could be one word, it could be two. I'm pretty sure it's 2 words. But for me, Wondermutt. That's why I like the movie Summer School. It's Wondermutt all the way. I hope you guys are doing great. Again, love the podcast. Love you guys. Thanks for letting me come back. See you guys.
Does Wondermutt make the movie?
Kind of.
Can you do it without him?
He's not on a leash. He's just hanging out. He's got an emotional kind of feel to him.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. He brings back the firework.
He's a ooja booja.
Yeah.
Boo.
He's beautiful. He gets sad. He's there with Shoop. Shoop doesn't have the emotional depth without Wondermutt.
Yeah.
He's just a guy eating ice cream on a beach otherwise.
I agree. Everything's cream cheese, Max. Tony, we agree. Thanks for stopping by. Max, that concludes our summer school special. We're almost done with summer. I mean, I guess not. It's only the middle of
We
July.
have like 2 months left, man.
What's it matter? What's it matter, Max? Every day is the same. For you, it matters.
Let's go to Vegas.
I hate you. I'm not going. I asked you to go to Vegas a month ago. You wouldn't go.
Yeah, it was during my worky time.
Oh, poor Max in worky time.
Yeah.
It's not like you need the money. We all know you're
the
living
money.
off Selena.
I'm a sugar baby.
I don't know. You are a baby. And
No,
you
we've
like
established
sugar.
I'm a Splenda daddy.
It's super weird. Max, with that being said, a reminder, please, if you haven't already, follow, subscribe, leave a review, leave 5 stars. Check us out on social media at Buzzn The Tower for more content. Visit our Patreon, patreon.com/Buzzn The Tower. And most importantly, have a good day. Oh, and buzzinthetower.com, our website. How do you want to end this episode, Max? I turn it over to you, the key holder to the city.
Put 1 finger in peanut butter, 1 finger in jelly, put it right in your mouth.
All right, Max, you ready?
Yes.
Fact. Alcohol kills brain cells. You lose 1 more and you're a talking monkey. Max.
Yeah.
Happy summer.
Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.